Alright. So remember the fundamentals. You have the MySQL database in the virtual machine. The username is retail underscore DBA. The password is Cloudera. The database name is retail underscore DB. The URL that you should use is jdbc colon mysql / localhost colon 3306, and if you want to include the database / retail underscore DB. So this is available, and what we are going to do is import a table. So what's the command? Come on, Sqoop. That's listed, yeah. Sqoop import minus connect. The connection URL, always use the syntax jdbc colon mysql colon / localhost colon 3306. What happened? What's that? No. Is it seamless mode? This is a problem. Yeah, okay. Localhost 3306, and the name of the database is retail underscore DB minus username retail underscore DBA and minus password Cloudera, then minus which table you are going to bring from MySQL. So you have got many tables. Let's use the table called orders, right? So orders is the name of the table. Remember, orders, order underscore items, departments, all these tables are available, and then that is into Hive. But if you don't want Hive and if you want to put it into HDFS, what you will do? Minus, either you should use target directory or you should use warehouse directory. What's the difference? In warehouse directory, it will create an extra directory inside called orders. If you are using target directory, directly the data will be written. Okay, so let's use any of this warehouse. What is that? Underscore dir or underscore directory? Is it underscore or is it dash? Please check. Dash. And is it directory or dir?
dir.
Warehouse directory. Where you want to put it? So let's create a folder called January 11. Is that all? How many mappers will by default be executed? 4 mappers will be executed. So how many partitions will be created when you do it? 4 partitions. Number of partitions will be equal to number of mappers. To make sure that it is working, what is the minimum necessity that orders table should have? A primary key. Because internally Sqoop will use the primary key to divide the data into different partitions. If there is no primary key in your table, will this particular command work? It will not. So to make it work, what you should do? You should make number of mappers as 1, which means that it will not be using the primary key. Got it? Alright. So January 11 and then execute it. See whether there are any errors. So let it run the MapReduce program. So this is the simplest mechanism. Whenever you want to transfer the data, as what I was telling, right? Anything that you want to transfer from a database to HDFS, or from HDFS to a database. The simplest available mechanism is Sqoop. It runs a MapReduce and it will tell you the last status as how many records are being imported. There are a couple of things to remember if you are opening the command prompt again, and then if you are going to go to the directory Hadoop fs minus ls and then go to the directory called jan11, you will see that jan11 is created, and inside that there is orders. Why that orders directory was created? Because we used warehouse directory. And now if you go inside Hadoop fs minus ls jan11 / orders, you will see that you will have 4 partitions by default other than the underscore success. Again, recap, underscore success is created for ETL tools in order to make sure that if this job is successfully completed, then spawn another process or start another process, then you will use that underscore success value. Okay, it's called a trigger feed in ETL terminology. A trigger feed is for informing the other waiting applications that my work is complete. Alright, so there are 4 partitions, and you can see there are 4 partitions 001, 002, 003 and 0000. The most interesting thing again to look is that if suppose you do a cat of this particular file, okay, jan11 / orders / part dash m or r. Why? There are no reducers involved. An output will have part underscore r if there are reducers. Why reducers are not there? There is no aggregation, only fetching the data. In Sqoop, there are 2 types of fetches. One is simple fetch and another is aggregated fetch. If it is simple fetch, always it will be a mapper. If it is aggregation, combining together, when you want to give the value to somebody else to do something, then you will have part underscore r. So part underscore m dash and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you look at that particular output, you will see that the default delimiter that is being used is commas. So please remember that whenever you are doing Sqoop import, Sqoop automatically will use a default delimiter, comma, or a comma separated value file is created. What is a line separator? It's a new line. You can see that every row is in a new line. So new line for the line terminator, comma for the delimiter between the different fields. Okay, so remember that. And now we are going to play with this particular thing. So let's do one more thing. Okay, what I'm going to do is that I will delete this particular directory, Hadoop fs minus rmr jan11. We don't need it. And I will go back to this particular screen, and I am going to do one more import. And this time, let me take a simple example, departments, as the table that we are going to use. Okay, and if you open another command prompt, and then if you are connecting to MySQL, how will you connect to MySQL? Minus MySQL minus u retail underscore DBA minus p, and then it is going to ask the password. Type Cloudera, and you should get the MySQL prompt. Control L for clearing the screen, and then show tables. Okay, use retail underscore DB, which is the database, and then show tables. You will see the 6 tables, the core of Cloudera. Okay, and if you look at select star from departments, there are 6 rows. Please remember, 6 rows ranging from 2 to 7. And now let's go back to our Sqoop command. We are going to import that particular table again to January 11 and press enter. So it will be a quick MapReduce because only 6 rows are there. And once it is complete, go to your Hadoop and let us do January 11 slash, this time the name of the table will be departments. Oh. I should do an ls. I cannot cat a directory. And you see again 4 partitions are there. By default the number of mappers is 4. Always there will be 4 partitions. What is interesting? Look at the number of bytes. This number, the 2-digit number, is the number of cells. 21, 10, 7, 22. That's very interesting. Let's do Hadoop fs minus cat jan 11 slash departments slash part dash m dash 1 2 3 4 5. 2 rows. 1 row, 1 row, 2 rows. Look at the distribution of the data. You had 6 rows, you applied a mapredu, you used the primary key. Your primary key is 2 to 7. Internally, Hadoop has taken that to 7. Okay, minimum is 2, maximum is 7. And it try to divide it into 4. That's why some are 2, some are 1, but almost it is balanced. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to delete this. Please observe all these things, right? So, I'm going to delete Hadoop fs minus rmr January 11. Alright. I have deleted it. And now I'm going to go to the MySQL prompt. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to insert into departments 1000, comma, training, which is not there. So I inserted a row. And I am going to do a select star from departments now to make sure that my data is inserted. And now I am coming back to the Sqoop prompt and I am going to do that same command again. And we go here and we look at part 00000. Can you guess what will be there? Oh, sorry. Yeah. That is our previous command. Yeah. Part 000. Okay. Is it not complete? Yeah. Oh, I used the wrong command. I used orders. It should not be orders. It should be departments. Let's delete that directory. Alright, and then let's go here and then now it's departments. Yes, run. So you can easily see when I was querying January 11 slash departments, there is no rows. Why? Departments is not created. Why? Because it was orders. So that's how you troubleshoot. So now if you look at department part-time 0, 0, 0, previously how many rows were there? Only 2 rows, right? And it was almost balanced. What happened? And now let's look at 1. No rows. Look at 2. No rows. And look at 3. Of course, that's 1 row. What happened? This property in database is called what? Anybody? Skewing. S-K-E-W-I-N-G. If you are working with databases, if you don't know that, what's that? Skewing should not be there in any database. If skewing is there, you are gone. You're using Oracle, and Oracle is managing everything for you. You are happy. But now you are managing it. And you are going to get hit like big hit for all your programs if you do this. And this is what is being done by everybody without thinking. You must not ever do this kind of things in your databases. Either you should make sure that your data is uniform. If you have some values from 1000 to 2000 and some values from 2 to 7, I would suggest to use 2 tables then. And 2 different directories then, 2 different files then. You should not do this. And you know why this particular thing is happening? I don't know how many of you have observed. If you look at the beginning of your Sqoop command, there is something that you will see called bounding val query. Select minimum of department ID and maximum of department ID from the departments, and based upon that do the 4 partitions. So 2 is the minimum now, 1000 is the maximum, 2 to 1000 divided by 4, all 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 will come in 1. And normally this happens for testers. Why? Testing IDs will be completely different, and they will add testing IDs which is not falling in sequence with the existing values. So how are you going to store it? There is a method for doing it, and the word is that bounding val query. So I'll show you, just let me check the syntax. Okay, so what we are going to do now is that I'm going to delete this particular folder. Okay, January 11, right? And then what we are going to do is come back again and then execute that particular query one more time, but give an option. Use my boundary query, minus boundary query. So you are now telling Sqoop that don't create your boundary query, but use my boundary query. And what is my boundary query? Select minimum of department underscore ID, comma. Otherwise you can directly write the value 2 also, but it is not good practice to write the number 2 directly, right? You don't know what is the minimum value. Maximum of department underscore ID, right? From departments, where I am going to write department underscore ID is not equal to 1000. I want to exclude that number to make sure that there is no skewing happening.
Even that is equal to max department ID.
Which one?
1000.
Yeah, but I am telling it is not equal to. Don't.
Instead of 1000, can I use max of department ID? Because below is 1000.
Yeah, you can write any query, whatever you like. Okay. Oh, yeah, you are telling. Otherwise, you can write department ID less than 1000. You know, whatever query condition that you are thinking of, in order to make sure that your value is not your what? Yeah, the outlier values are not included in the query. That's the whole concept. So when you do this, now you will see that. And how I get this particular idea whether the skewing is there or not? Size. So you should look at the size. So if some of the partitions or major of the partitions are of 0 bytes, immediately you should catch a particular problem. Oh, what happened? A spelling mistake. So just use the correct this one. See, immediately you should be knowing, because a very clear error message you are getting. So here department ID, where department ID is not equal to this one. All right, and now if suppose you are looking at take the value 3. See, you should not have that particular problem of 1000, right? So I'm looking at the part 03. So if you are looking at 3, now it is not skewed. And you can look at the size. Hadoop FS minus ls, and then look at departments. You should see almost 21 times 722. Okay, not bad. That's what I mean. So remember this. Okay, now let's write another command. Now my HDFS directory January 11/departments contains some data. I want to export it. Remember, Sqoop is bidirectional. Flume that you are going to learn later is not bidirectional. Only one way you can bring into HDFS. Sqoop you can bring into HDFS. You can take from the HDFS back as well. So any platform that you are working today, you want to bring some data, you want to run some MapReduce, you created another HDFS as your output, and then you want that output to go back to Hive, and then you want to create the report using BERT. A practical application, right? Sqoop is useful. So what's the command? Sqoop export is the command. So let me just look at the syntax. Sqoop export. All right. To export, what you need to do, go to your MySQL screen, look at what I'm doing. You have to create a table first to make sure that there is something existing. So, Control L, I'm going to create a table. Create table, departments. I am going to call it as DPT because departments is already existing. Don't affect that, don't change that one. As select star from departments where 1 equal to 2. What is this doing? We have told, yeah, empty table will be created, and now if you look at show tables, you should have DPT and there should not be any row inside the DPT table. Just put a wrong where condition. If you give a correct where condition, the data also will be copied. What is the peculiarity of the DPT table from the departments table? The structure is copied, but the primary key is not copied. Okay, we have seen all those things. And now what I am going to do is, let's write the next command. Sqoop export. Minus connect. Can you use the same command? Yes. So I will change this. Go to Control A, beginning of the command. Then Sqoop export. Minus connect. Username, password, minus table. This is the table from MySQL. Okay. And you should not give warehouse directory because you are not importing the data. The word to use is export directory. And the export directory is January 11/departments. And there is no boundary query now. Why? You are just copying the data as it is. Export directory January 11 / departments, password Cloudera, table is department. Let's try. Alright, and then go back to your MySQL screen now. Previously it was 0 rows, as you can see in the last command, and now select star from DEPT. You will see all the rows are there, right? Order is different. Can you guess why? Different mappers are executing different partitions. That's why order is different. No primary key at all. Got it? Can you run one import command? What I will do, I'll just do a pause just to make sure that we are on the same page. How to pause? Option. Till now they have not figured out a good way of doing this.